So, has anyone here ever had stomach problems throughout their life? Yep. So, this might be a very informative speech for you, and also how you can also take action to maybe help with your stomach problems. So, I've had a lot of family health issues, like my grandmother has had like gut inflammation, untreatable eczema, like nothing would help for it, rashes, flaky scalp, like they thought it was dandruff at first, but then it was just like eczema on the scalp, and also fatigue. So the doctors, of course, were very confused on why nothing was treatable. So 7 years ago, my grandmother was diagnosed with celiac disease, and I'll explain that in the next slide. And then after my grandmother was diagnosed, it is hereditary, so my mom got tested as well, and she also has celiac disease. However, I am only gluten intolerant because they caught it early enough in me, so I didn't have many years of eating it to really get the full celiac disease. It just very much so harms my digestive system. And so pretty much, celiac disease is a serious genetic autoimmune disorder where the ingestion of gluten leads to damage in the small intestine. It is estimated to affect 1 in 100 people worldwide. 2.5 million Americans are undiagnosed and are at risk for long-term health complications, and that's from celiac.org. So, and also this is a very precise explanation of what gluten is. So gluten is a general name for the proteins found in wheat, rye, barley, and triticale, which is a cross between wheat and rye. Gluten helps food maintain their shape, acting as a glue that holds everything together. Gluten can be found in many types of foods, even ones that you would not expect. And that was also from celiac.org. And so pretty much like a food that you might not expect that would have gluten is soy sauce. So what could be the problem? Pretty much like when you're intolerant or you might have celiac disease, you would have digestive issues, including gas, bloating, or constipation, keratosis pyloris, which is like the chicken skin on the back of your arms, and fatigue or brain fog, feeling tired after eating gluten, and migraine headaches. So all of these are not things that are pleasant, and they are compatible just by going gluten-free. And another problem is there's a lot of autoimmune diseases that are caused by eating gluten when you are gluten intolerant. These are just a few listed: Hashimoto's, thyroiditis, rheumatoid arthritis, and others as well. It is just quite a few that could be prevented. So what you may not know is that wheat problems aren't restricted to people with celiac disease. And about 30 to 40% of people have the genetic background to potentially develop celiac disease, but only about 1 to 3% of people actually do. And it still isn't very clear like why this is happening. There's still a lot of research that is still newly developing. We really kind of learned about celiac disease from Europe, and it's kind of, the information has been brought down to the US, but Europe is still more advanced than we are here for diagnosing and pretty much knowing what celiac and gluten intolerance is. So this is pretty much what you can do. So, and especially if you're feeling symptoms, and there are a lot more symptoms than I actually expressed here. There, you can just go online, look up symptoms, and there'll be like a whole list of stuff that could be caused by inflammation. So you should cut different inflammatories out of your diet to first start off. So maybe cut out sugars and cut out milk, dairy, and then cut out gluten as well. And give your like a very strict diet of like 1 month with like very basic foods. And then slowly introduce one at a time. It's like introduce sugars at a time, introduce dairy at a time, and then introduce gluten at a time. And you'll be able to see which one your body reacts to. And you can also get a test by your doctor to see if you are gluten intolerant. However, the technology still needs to be further developed. So why you should go gluten-free? Gluten can impact your energy, impact your sleep, impact your skin, impact your mood, and impact your overall health. If your sleep is impacted, then your mood is impacted, and also your energy is impacted. Pretty much all of these can happen by like upset stomachs, and like I said, it can impact your skin by eczema. Also for others, it is an inflammatory, so it can cause your skin to break out more. And it will just impact your overall health, like mentioned earlier, with the autoimmune diseases. So you should really give it a try, especially if you're having any of these symptoms. So you need, and when you will give it a try, you need to stay diligent and don't cheat. And pretty much what this means is if you're going to commit to this, you have to fully commit. Because if you don't, then say if like you're like, oh, I'll go gluten-free for like a month. But say if you have like regular bread during that time, you're not giving your body the time it needs to like process everything out and clearly move out like your system, so you can actually see if any of this does affect your system. And you should keep a log in case, like a food log, and you can document like what you ate. Because if like one day, for me personally, I don't show effects after I like might get cross-contamination until 2 days after eating food. So I'll be able to go back and be, what did I have 2 days ago that may have upset my stomach? And also you need to give it time. It does take a long time for your body to clear out everything and then to slowly introduce other inflammatories to your system that may be inflammatories. So give it some time. Allow your body to be able to tell you what it needs so you can better further your body.